This is News with the Disney Dude. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel for more content, and please hit that thumbs up if you like the video. Here now's the news for Friday, June 12th of 2026. Walt Disney World website is testing AI over in an AI overview function. Which, AI is not, obviously not everyone's favorite thing. Be interesting to see how this pans out, what they do with this. But again, AI, something not everybody loves. So, I don't know how that's going to work, but, we'll just see how this pans out. Light Lounge at the Odyssey is now open at Epcot. So, now that, right now there's, right now it's kind of in between festivals right now. Right now is a great time to go to Epcot because there's no festival going on. So, you can just enjoy a normal day at Epcot. But again, opening a air-conditioned space, obviously a great idea, especially this time of year. So you can escape the Florida heat or the Florida rain. So, but at least the lounge is now open. Chimney facade work is being done at Epcot's La Boutinerie. So, still trying to get this booth up and going. Are they going to make it to the next festival? I don't know. We're going to knock on wood, but we'll just have to wait and see. But they were supposed to be ready for the Flower and Garden. That didn't happen, so we'll just have to wait and see if it opens for the next festival or not. Pluto and Goofy meet and greets have been moved at Disney's Animal Kingdom. They are now meeting in the back of the Asia section of the park. So this is probably, I would probably guess, right by Expedition Everest, or in between Expedition Everest and Kali River Rapids. What's really, really cool about this is Goofy is meeting in his Camp Mini Mickey outfit. So if you're old like I am, you may remember Camp Mini Mickey, which is where Pandora is today. That used to be Camp Mini Mickey. Fun fact, that's where Festival of the Lion King used to be. It was not an indoor show, it was an outdoor show. So that whole area was completely different. Way back in the day, that area was completely different. So, and then when they decided to build Pandora, the world of Avatar, obviously everyone was worried that Festival of the Lion King was going away, and Disney was like, no, we are not getting rid of Festival of the Lion King. Absolutely not. It is the most popular show at Walt Disney World. We are not getting rid of that show. They put the show on hiatus, and then they built that theater that's in basically a new part of the park called Africa, and that's where the show is today. So, fun fact, that building for Festival of the Lion King was purposely built for Festival of the Lion King. So, That's your 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 random fact for the day. But the same thing was with Muppet Vision 3D. That was a purpose-built theater just for that show, So, Muppet Vision 3D was built specifically for that theater. So Festival of the Lion King, that theater was built specifically for that show. So, but anyway, getting back to, Camp Mini Mickey, but so when you see Goofy in that outfit, that is his Camp Mini Mickey outfit. So, guests today probably aren't gonna know what that is. They're probably not gonna know, what Camp Mini Mickey was. But if you're a Parks fan like me, or if you've been going for a long, long time, that'll be a nice nostalgia boost for you and me. Updated signage for the Ghirardelli soda fountain and chocolate shop at Disney Springs is coming soon. So they are updating the signage for the Ghirardelli chocolate shop. Why, I have no idea. The old one, the old sign was fine. I don't know what the plans are with that one. I hope they don't ruin it, but we'll just have to wait and see. But what was wrong with the old sign? Maybe it got damaged and they have to replace it. I don't know. But if not, what's wrong with the sign? I don't know. I don't see anything wrong with the sign. Oh boy, here we go. A bus crash with injuries was near Epcot. Near the Epcot cast parking lot. Road closed. We still have no information on what happened. Again, we're going to have, maybe by Monday or Wednesday, we might have more specific details. But man, this is crazy. People, I don't know whose fault it was. I don't know. But just remember, folks, the buses have the right of way. All right. So if you think you're going to beat the bus, no, you're not going to beat a Walt Disney World bus. Okay. So, please just keep that in mind, that Walt Disney World buses have the right of way. Here's another wild story. Over 400 alligators have been removed from Walt Disney World since the 2016 tragedy. So, if you don't, I'll explain it to you in case you don't know, but I'm sure everybody knows by now. But in 2016, there was an unfortunate accident with a little boy. He was at one of the resorts on the water at Walt Disney World. Obviously, there's gators in the water because it's Florida. And the gator came out of the water and snatched the little boy. And from then on, from that point on, Disney is now more, they're trying to be more conscious about this. So now there's more signage out. There's more, there's more extra precautions now. But that was crazy. That was really crazy. I remember that story very well. Walt Disney World took every precaution. But man, that was crazy. That was crazy. So, again, you know, there's, Walt, at the end of the day, we're in Florida. We are in Florida. There is a lot of wildlife here. Not just alligators. There's bears. There's snakes. There's, all kinds of animals. And obviously animals. They don't know that. This is they don't know that this is a theme park. They don't know that this is, one of the most visited places in the world. They just think that, someone's on their turf. If you don't bother them, they're fine. If you don't bother them, they're fine. But please, now that we're entering tourist season, a lot of people don't realize that, Walt Disney World is home to a lot of gators and snakes and bears and uh, and pythons and all kinds of stuff. People don't know that. So, please, even when you're, I know we don't want to think about it because we're on vacation or whatnot, but, just keep that in mind when you are at Walt Disney World, that this is still a very populated area for wild animals. So if you see a wild animal, leave it alone. Don't try to pet it. Don't try to get close to it. Just, walk away and then get alert a cast member or somebody so something can be done. Okay? So, but, again, that's crazy that they've caught that many alligators. But again, folks, if you see a wild animal, leave it alone. Don't try to pet it. Don't try to, get close to it. If it's somewhere in the theme park, let a cast member know so the proper steps can be taken. All right. So, but it's still a surprising thing for a lot of people that Walt Disney World has a lot of wildlife because these are outdoor parks. They were built on swampland and such. So there's wild animals everywhere. There are wild animals everywhere. So please, folks, if you're not from here and you're going to the theme parks, just be careful. Just be careful and be mindful. Here's another. Oh, great. Sorry, I almost skipped ahead. Walt Disney Imagineering files permit for signage at the Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular. This is probably to do with that outdoor sign. The sign looks like it's faded, so they're probably just going to update the sign. They do that a lot with these outdoor signs, like the posters for Beauty and the Beast or Fantasmic or any show that's outside. They have to keep replacing the billboards and such because of the Florida sun. It just beats on it, 365 days a year, and then plus you have the hurricanes to worry about. So, which I assume they take those down anyway, but I don't know. But great to see that they're gonna update this sign. Right, now onto the wild story. A fire broke out at the People Mover at Walt Disney World. The fire was what was underneath one of the trains. Per the video, the cast members were notified immediately, and they put the fire out like that. They were very quick. They responded fast. The fire was out, which is great to see. But man, that's crazy to have. And again, it was a small fire. Again, if you look at the video, it was a very small fire. It was not out of control. Again, the cast members were, very quick to respond. Had they not been, I'm sure that the fire would have, gotten really, really much bigger. So I commend the cast members for their quick thinking and quickness to put out the fire. And our last story is a sad one, but Margaret Kerry, the live-action model for Tinkerbell for the 1953 film Peter Pan, has passed away at the age of 97. She leaves behind just a long legacy of Disney magic and pixie dust, and my heart goes out to her family and friends, and at this difficult time. I followed her on Facebook. She posted a lot of videos that were really, really interesting to watch. She would post a lot of videos about the making of Peter Pan, and she had a lot of stories that she would tell, that pertained to Walt Disney and Bobby Driscoll and Hans Conried, and just the overall making of the film, which was really spectacular, which was great. I learned a lot. So, but a legendary icon, a legendary Disney icon, is gone. But rest in peace, Margaret Kerry. You made so much pixie dust. You made so much pixie dust for fans all over the world. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. But there you are. There is your news for this week. If you like this video, please hit that like button. Please subscribe to this channel for more content. I thank you guys very much for watching this video. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. This show will be dedicated to Margaret Kerry. If the next time you watch Peter Pan, whether that be tonight or whenever, please keep her family in your thoughts and prayers. So this show is dedicated to Margaret Kerry. Until then, I will see you guys right back here on Monday for Monday's news show. Until then, y'all keep each other safe and healthy. And in honor of Margaret Kerry, I'm going to send you oodles and oodles of pixie dust. Y'all keep each other safe and healthy. And remember that tomorrow is just a dream away.